Hello and welcome back to another Piles Chat, where we talk all things lead pile. So I have a large pile of shame. I think that's suffice to say the same for all wargamers. It's just part and parcel of the hobby really. But each week I try and tackle a little bit more of that pile of shame. And because I'm a bit of a hobby butterfly, fluttering between projects, it means that nothing really gets finished. But it is interesting because it means that I get to have lots of different things to show you on this vlog. And so this week, for instance, what have I been painting up? Well, as you may have seen in the most recent video, I finished off my Durin for Middle Earth. There he is there. And of course the light now stops. Oh no, it's going to work, it's going to work. Oh, look at that, yeah. There we go. So he's finished off. It was a lot of fun painting this flame pattern on the back of his cloak. That light's too bright really, isn't it? Took my time with this mini, a 28mm mini. I normally don't like painting in 28mm. Well, it's not quite true, is it? I do like painting in 28mm, but I find it can take a long time to get good results in 28mm, and I don't have the patience for it. I want to try and paint something else, so I don't like spending days and days on one model. But with this guy, because he was a hero, took a bit more time, quite a few evenings really, but I'm happy how he's turned out. Of course he goes along with the rest of the Dwarven army, which aren't entirely finished, but as you can see they all have the flame technique on the front of their shield as well. There we go. So been busy painting up more of my dwarves. That's mainly because Middle Earth is the only game at the moment which I'm consistently playing, bi-weekly, sometimes weekly, and so it's nice to get painted miniatures on the table, so I'm focusing on that. But I did also manage to get another little thing finished. As part of our Napoleonic series, where we're exploring the different factions and uniforms in 6mm, because ain't nobody got time to paint every unit in 28mm. Or the space, or the money, or the inclination. I painted these chaps up, which will be ready for a video soon. And as you can see, they're very small, and they're green, which means on a green mat, or a green cloth, they'll be pretty hard to make out, maybe in 6mm. But as a result of that, there we go, I've gone a bit bolder with the colours. They should kind of have more of a beige sash and crossbelts, but I've gone with the yellow because it stands out more and it's 6mm, and you know, it's, who's to say they didn't have a yellow one here and there in history. So that's the Nassau, part of the Confederation of the Rhine for any history buffs. So I'll have a video on them coming out soon with the history of that duchy, and I've also been working on this piece of terrain, which has been great fun. I like doing terrain, especially when it's made from junk. The thing which has been taking a lot of time though at the moment is these, the kind of swampy pools of toxic sludgy waste. Yeah, they've been really fun to make, but I'm not very happy with them because I have used a clear silicone sealant for bathrooms to kind of get this watery effect here without having to use resin. And the idea is that these are little bubbles. I'll show you how I made them in the video. But what I need to do is I need to get some clear varnish, rather than matte varnish, to go over the top of these to make them a bit more slimy and wet. And I only have matte varnish at the moment. So I need to do that, and then that will be done. Yes, and I'll get the video for that posted up. I did finish it, and then I decided, actually, I'm going to add these swampy puddles on it. Right, great, finished, dried. And then I thought, actually, I've used Ultramarines blue to paint this. Why not make it an Ultramarine ship? So then I dug into the bits box, and I was like, oh, have got anything with Ultramarine sigils on it? No. Any transfers right size? No. So then I had to freehand the Ultramarines emblem icon. And then I thought, well, if it's a 40k thing, it really ought to have some guns on it, because, well, guns.
That's how, with a few minor adjustments, you can turn a regular gun into 5 guns.
And then that meant going back in the bits box to find some guns, which I did. So if anyone knows what on earth these guns are from, I think they're from a Land Raider. Could be from a Storm Talon ship, or a Thunderhawk ship. It's a long time since I've played 40k, so I can't remember what it was that I used. This is definitely neither of those. This is more of a Storm Dodo. I mean, it's crashed and it's gone rusty. So that's really good. And then what else have we been doing? I have been painting up some completely different. Some yeehaw! Wild West. I have been watching the 1883 series, and one of the main characters in that is obviously a cowboy, and one of the best goddamn cowboys there is, frankly. The actor is just renowned for being cowboy. Sam Elliott, I want to say. I will know for the actual video. But essentially I've been painting this guy up, who looks suspiciously like Sam Elliott, and so I just thought, well, yeah, I've got to paint him. He's got the mustache and everything. So if you've seen that, you might know what I'm on about. If not, check it out. It's actually really, I like it. It's quite good. And I've also undercoated this one to be another character from the show, one of our heroines. So those are quite fun. They're nice to paint up. Take my time with them. Don't have a lot of time for hobbying at the moment, so just fitting in where I can. And then the other thing which I've got going on as well is these, which are 6mm. It's okay, it's metal, it's not resin. It's part of the Epic 40k games. These look like a lot of fun to paint up. Tiny Eldar. I'm going to use a pretty wacky, the lead pile themed colour scheme for that, so you can probably guess what colour they're going to be. But these are really nice little ships. I'm just butchering the 40k lore. I do know what it's called. I can't remember what it's called now, but it's not a ship. I also am considering getting magnets so that these turrets can turn as well. I need to find out a good place for magnets, so if you know a good place, let me know. But I mean, tiny little, this light, honestly. Tiny little bikes as well that we have. What else is in here? You know, this is the problem. You undercoat small stuff white, so you can use contrast paints, and then the light just makes them just obliterate like a dying star. It's just like, can't see any of the detail. An interesting thing about these are, because I only got 3-4 of the actual ships, which are these, metal. I used blue stuff and milliput to make an awful lot more for my collection. I'm just going to get rid of that, actually, forget it. And so this is made from blue stuff and milliput, and I've used a couple of screws on the top for some like railgun sort of things. Just going to paint up. First attempt was using cocktail sticks. It's okay, it's 6mm. It's tiny, no one will be able to tell. Paint it up, it'll look great. Hopefully. And then you get these Wraith Knights and everything. I mean, and the thing is, because they're so small, you get all of these for like pennies as well, which is really good. Because you can get whole armies, it doesn't cost anything, and keeps them all in a little box. Great. And the infantry as well. Tiny little chaps and chapettes. Those will be good fun to paint up. So that's the plan. Purchase-wise, purchases. No models. Not got the money, or the time, or the inclination. But I bought one of these, which is what I use to peek behind the camera at the lead pile towers. This is the one I use, and as you can see, you move it slightly, and the light just cuts out, which is really annoying when you're trying to video something and you're trying to just paint the eye on something really delicately, and then the light breaks out. You can't see what you're doing. You smudge it, or this thing is just on its last legs and it flops around. Oh, looks like a halo. Ooh, praise be with you. Yeah, there it goes again. It cuts out, and it'll just drop on the brush and then ruin the model. So yeah, it's a nightmare. Nightmare. eBay for £5. Got another one. So it's on an Armitage. Armitage? No, that's Richard Armitage, different person. It's on an armature here, and it's got different light settings. I'm not sponsored by this cheap Chinese lamp. I did buy it, but they're good. I use them. You can't get proper hobby lights, and when it comes to like videoing for 6mm things in particular, you do need good lighting, because it can be very difficult to get the detail to come across on camera when you're using something like 6mm. So you could spend hundreds of pounds on these like arched lights, and if you have them, great. Let me know. Let me know if you found them cheap somewhere, and how effective they are. But I think, I mean, I've used one of these for years now. Oh, there it goes again. It's turning on. You can tell I don't get out much doing a PhD. But the idea is that this, you can even maybe use 2 of them, and that should hopefully improve the lighting, because we're doing a lot of 6mm, because it's got its own scale, and it's good fun. So yeah, at the moment, pile chat, my lead pile is slowly getting painted, which is great. Hopefully yours are too. It's not the best time of the year really, is it, for tackling our piles? The hot weather, it makes things a bit, when it comes to painting, especially depending on where your painting space is, it's a bit, so you'd rather get outside, for instance. And I find that my progress is a lot better through the winter months, when it's absolutely miserable for like 6 months in Scotland, which is great for painting. But the only other thing which I've got sitting on the desk, which I do want to start painting, is these, which were from ROK minis, which I just figured out. I thought, why is it rock minis? Because these minis rock, the 3D prints. It's Richard O'Keefe, who is the guy who runs ROK minis, which is a very clever name. Obviously, didn't figure that out. But these are Arc trucks, which I got, which I bought them on eBay, I think it was, just again for the Epic project. The epic project of 6mm sci-fi, but for 3D prints, they're really nice, really well detailed. So I've got myself a grey, like bolt gun metal style spray primer to spray these, and then they're going to be Evil Suns, because red ones go faster. That's just a fact. So with them, those would be really fun to paint. I think I'll be using a lot of the rust techniques, a lot of stippling. So I've got some sponges to practice the stippling technique. If you've not seen the stippling technique, have a look at our Urukai video, which will not appear up here because I don't know how to do that. But that's one of our previous videos. Check that out if you want. but these little orc wagons and trucks are really good. So look out for these files. Like I say, ROK Minis is where I got these. I know they're currently going through a change of how they implement the business, but you can also get hold of them through places like Mighty Minis as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this ramble, and I'll stop talking and I'll get the paintbrush out and I'll start tackling those piles. Remember to like and subscribe, tell your friends, and keep up the conversation in the comments. Let me know what you've been painting. One more thing before I forget. Well, I did forget, hence the return. Can you tell we're not scripted? You can't, can you? No, it's very professional quality here. We will be at Claymore at the weekend on Saturday the 2nd of August. And Claymore is one of, if not the most, it's just the largest Wargames show in Scotland. Carronade in Falkirk in May as well, which we did a video of earlier on. Well, this is Claymore and it's in Edinburgh, and it's definitely worth a trip. If you're a wargamer, it may well be on your horizon already, especially if you live in Scotland. It's like the premier event, it's our salute, but if not, or you've not been before, definitely worth a go. I will be there with the Kirriemuir Wargames Club. We'll be putting on a feudal Japanese army in 28mm, and it is cool. It's big, and it's a proper big battle, so the Yorkshire gamer would like it. It looked very impressive. They're lovely detailed miniatures. We ran it in May at Carronade in Falkirk, and it got really good reception. So if you're in the Edinburgh area, if you're in the Scotland area, or if you just like a bit of a drive, then definitely come up or down and check out Claymore, because it's a great day out, and I mean there's loads of stuff to buy. There's a huge bring and buy as well, so come on. That dangerous nugget of an idea, that seed of an idea of a new project could be started when you come across a bag of 3mm Napoleonics, even though you've already got Napoleonics in 3 other scales. You think, oh, it's only £5 for an army, yes, let's get that. Or sci-fi space bugs in 28mm when you only do 6mm. Oh, that's a great one, yes, it's cheap, oh, they'll throw in the box, you get in. Who doesn't like a bring and buy? So yes, that will be where we will be attending, and we'll hopefully have a video recap of that as well. And yes, thanks for watching our ramble about the hobby. It's just a good excuse for a blether, really, isn't it? Showing what we've been up to. So get in touch, come by, say hello. It would be good to get some feedback from people, what they think about the game. And we'll see you again real soon.